Hi, for today's Tuesday Toolbox, we're going to talk about the water. Not really, but the water's going to be the source of our conversation. There is a story about two fish that were swimming in the sea, and an older fish came by and said, "Hey boys, how's the water?" And the boys were a little confused because they didn't even realize that they were in water. They were just totally unaware of their environment and what they were swimming in. But the question I have for you is, what are you swimming in? If we ask you, how is your emotional state? Or what is your default emotion or reaction when things happen in your world? What is that? When I have asked that for myself, I have become very aware that anger is my default emotion. Everything is a problem that can be solved, and I can put my dukes up and I can fight through it. I can push through. And I probably have a lot of evidence in my life that, number one, that I felt like I needed to have my dukes up and be on the alert. And number two, the only way to solve these problems was combatively. And there are other people who have a victim mentality, that they're the victim, that they can't control anything, that everyone is doing this to them. And that's kind of the opposite of where I sit. It's like, if you do this, I'm going to show you. But a victim is sort of like, well, I'm a victim and I can't do anything. And that doesn't serve them either. And there's all kinds of emotions along that continuum. Unfortunately, or interestingly, we have more negative emotions than we have positive emotions. If you look at an emotion wheel, there's a lot more negative. And part of that is because our ancestors really did need to be on the alert to protect themselves and for us to be here today. But in today's world, we don't need to really protect ourselves from the saber-toothed tiger. And even if you feel like you have a horrible boss or a horrible competitor, they're not the saber-toothed tiger, and you're probably not going to die. So thinking about, how are you approaching the world, and is it serving you? And if you are coming at it from a place that isn't serving you, how can you really reflect and say, what is the truth? What can I do? Do I have evidence of a different way working so that I can have more calm, more peace, and more balance in my life? So I ask you to consider, how's the water that you're swimming in today, and can you change the temperature? Have a great week.